Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, today we're going to be unpacking something incredibly important. With all the things going on in the news right now, between the talk of tariffs, to the talk of the increase in the cost of lumber, to the talk of the Feds actually just recently meeting and announcing that they're going to hold interest rates to where they are and they're not dropping them into maybe the latter half of the year. A lot has developed and happened over even since January. So we're going to be showing you what's going on in our market locally. Remember, every market, real estate market, is totally different. So you want the insight, and that's what we're going to unpack today, the insight of what's going on in our market here in Northeast Florida when it comes to Jacksonville, St. Johns County, and the surrounding areas. So you can have the best information on whether it is a good time for you to buy, sell, or invest here in real estate. And you can have the information you need to make an informed decision. We're going to give you everything you need today so you can feel comfortable and confident in your real estate decision. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it to get you the information you need to make an informed decision on whether it is a good time for you to buy and sell in light of all the things that have been currently going on in our economy, in our news, and whether Northeast Florida is a good investment for you, okay? I should probably stop and introduce myself before I go into all this. My name is Kashira Francis, aka Francis. I'm a Florida licensed real estate agent, licensed throughout the state of Florida, but specializing in this area of Northeast Florida as well as Central Florida. I've been here since, oh my God, 2001, 2000. Moved here from Orlando. Been here since I was 21. Y'all old now. Been here over 20 plus years. Had, again, a chance to work directly for home builders in this area and work also for the school board for over 13 plus years. So I've had a chance to live all over Jacksonville, all over St. Johns County, and help families buy in from everything from Fernandina all the way to Palm Coast to Jacksonville to St. Johns County to Clay County, all over, because I've been here a long time, been doing this for 6+ years. And so I'm here to help you make sure you're making an informed decision. My job is not to sell you, because that's not what I want to do. I don't want to sell you and then you hate my guts, okay? I want to actually get you the best information so you can make an informed decision that you're confident about and that you don't regret, okay? And that's what we're going to do today. So as of February 20, I don't know why it always seems like I'm saying that wrong. And this the month I'm born in, February 2025. These are the stats that have come out, and you can check them online and see them yourself at NEFAR.com. So according to NEFAR.com, that tracks all our sales all over Northeast Florida, we're going to, again, reflect the two biggest counties, which is St. Johns County and Duval County. We're going to give you the stats for that as far as inventory and average home price, okay? Duval County, which is Jacksonville, is said to have 5.8 months of inventory. So that's almost 6 months of inventory, reflecting, again, that we're leaning fastly towards a buyer's market. That is an increase from last year of 121% more inventory than what we had last year. The same time last year, we had 121% less inventory. So inventory has gone up that much, okay, in 12 months. We have 1,700 active listings. As of February, they had 600 only new listings. So they had over almost 2,000, let's say almost 1,800 new listings, right, rounding up, but only 667 closings. Do that math, people, okay? The average home right now in Duval County, remember Jacksonville is really big, so you got some places in Jacksonville that are selling for $1 million plus and some that are selling in the low 300,000s or 280 or 250, depending on what you're buying. The median home price in Jacksonville right now, as of the end of February, is around 340, right? Right, St. Johns County. Okay, the next most popular county due to its school district, master plan communities, beaches, etc., and St. Augustine. The stated amount of inventory right now is close to 6.9%. 6.9 months of inventory. So 7 months of inventory right now in St. Johns County. I haven't seen that much inventory available in St. Johns County in quite some time. And just remember that number doesn't oftentimes reflect new construction, because most of the builders don't have access to the MLS. So that's why with some of these, we're on this channel, we show you new construction, is because it's not available oftentimes on Zillow or Realtor.com or other things, because the builders don't have access to it. Like I just sold a new construction home in Palm Coast last month. There's no record of it online because the builder didn't put it in the MLS, and I manually would have to go in and enter it, and I have to do that, okay? And it's a lot of work to do. All right, so some sales, so St. Johns County probably has closer to 8 months of inventory, right? So it's very much a buyer's market right now in St. Johns County. So as of the end of February, they only had 330 closed sales, and currently they have 2,081 active listings. 300 closed sales, 2,000 active listings. 300 closed sales, 2,000 active listings, okay? Medium home price in St. Johns County still borders. You'll see it from month to month. It'll go like 520, 545, 520, 550. That means the average single family home. Some homes are selling for significantly more. Some are selling for less. But on average, if you're looking at an 1,800 square foot house in St. Johns County, it's going to be at least, say, 400,000, depending on the schools it's zoned for, okay? All these talk of tariffs, and, you know, now as you see in our market, we have an abundance of inventory right now. What does that mean? It means it is a buyer's heyday. Now, some of the builders and some of the personal sellers that are selling their home, they haven't really caught up to that. We are in the things have swung in the buyer's interest. So if you've been on the fence and kind of just watching, waiting, this is your time to jump in. And you might be saying, well, the Feds just said they're going to hold interest rates. Well, guys, I promise you, nobody's paying that interest rate. We're all asking, good agents are all asking for rate buy downs. So all of my customers that have closed, even over since the last, I've had 3 closings so far, and I have one coming up next week. All of my customers are getting rates as low as either 3.9 or 4.9, or they're getting their rate permanently bought down, or they're getting a 2-1 buy down where their first 3 years, their rates is significantly less, and it locks, it's not fluctuating. It locks on the 3rd year or the 4th year, okay? And getting closing costs, etc. Because there's with this amount of inventory, you have the leverage to ask for what you want and to need to make the deal work. Now, with all this talk of, in particular, tariffs and all the rest of stuff, and potentially the cost to buy a home may be going up, I don't think in this time that it may be advantageous for you to be building a home from a ground up if you're on a budget. Now, if the sky's the limit, you have it, you have the capital, you're using equity from a sale of another home, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you're on the budget and you have to stay within the certain guidelines, this may not be the best time for you to build from the ground up. Sellers, note to you, you have a lot of competition right now. So if you're not prepared to offer buyers rate buy downs, money towards closing costs, and price your house competitively, like you need every penny from the sale of your house, you may just want to hold it for a while, maybe rent, because right now you really do, if you're going to put your house on the market, you have to be prepared to negotiate and prepared to make it incentivize buyers to come look at your property. Okay, so you got to be in the position to negotiate and have a little bit of leverage. Now, I think the best options right now is either to working with private sellers that are willing to negotiate, or going with new construction, quick move-in homes that are going to be ready within the next 2 to 3 months. When I say that, like they've already started the home, they picked out the finishes, especially new construction homes that are quick move-ins that are sitting. Those builders are desperate to get rid of those. Remember, some of these builders take out loans on to complete these homes. So some of these builders have interest rates loans on some of these completed homes of say 10 to 15%, and these homes are sitting accruing interest payments every month, and so those builders are more likely to negotiate. So you have the power right now as a buyer. I would say for those, so most of my customers, like my customer that is closing next month, they're moving from the Northeast area, so Boston, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. Those people really have an advantage right now because in their market, from all my customers that moved there from there recently, their homes are going under contract within 1 or 2 weeks. Like they don't have any inventory apparently up north, northeast part of New York. They don't have any inventory because their homes are just flying. As soon as they like, oh, friends, my house went under contract. I'm like, you just listed 2 days ago. Joke. I'm not joking. Here, not the case. So what they're doing is leveraging the demand that's in their market up there, taking the equity from the sale of their house up north, some people are paying over ass. Like up there, they're paying over ass and waiving inspections because they don't have any inventory, right? Taking that 20 or say not 20, taking that 200 to 300 to $400,000 they're getting from the sale of their house and then putting it all on a house here, but we're still working on rate buy down, closing costs, etc., getting them the best deal possible. Or some of them are just taking all the money and putting here. Now, why is that a good idea? Now, for my customers that have moved here from Northeast part, the taxes are higher. They're getting taxed. Their state income tax is higher. Their property tax is higher. And their cost of living is significantly higher. And of course, they're dealing with winters. So they said, well, hey, if despite all the things going on with inflation, tariffs, etc., if they can be in a cheaper place to live, like the state of Florida, where they're not being taxed as much, right, and their property tax is cheaper, etc., they're going for it. And I know you might be thinking, well, what about all that homeowners insurance stuff going on in Florida? My customers have not been affected. Most of my customers are buying homes that are less than 7 years established, 7 years old. I was trying to be nice by saying 7 years established. So most of my customers are not paying any more than 100 to 120 to 150 a month, depending on their size of their home. Because most of the insurance companies just want to see that the home has the roof, 7 years of roof life remaining, and it's been updated. So especially my customers that are buying new construction, I think my customers is closing this month, their home insurance quote was $70 a month. So that's not everything. And that's not, everyone is not suffering from home insurance issues here in this area, especially if it's a newer home. Okay, so these are my thoughts. If you're a VA buyer, this is the time for you to milk it, take advantage. Like if you're a VA and you have VA benefits and you are looking to buy a home and you've been thinking about this for some time, this is the time for you to take advantage because the builders are working with you and making it work. I got three VA buyers that are closed already this year. All of them got money back at closing. They got their deposit back. The builder took care of all their closing costs and bought their rate down. So my people in Northeast that have been thinking about moving here, or you've been thinking about moving here from California, etc., and it's going to save you with your overall cost of living. You have equity from the sale of your house. Before things get any more turbulent, I would say take advantage of the fact that your area has no inventory. Get your equity, pull it out of your home, come on down. Let's get you something affordable and something within a payment that you're comfortable with at an interest rate that you're confident and that you feel comfortable with, okay? If that's what you want to do, okay? If you're still like, on the fence and you don't have enough money saved up, or you're still working on your credit, it may be just time to sit still for a little bit and ride this wave, especially if like right now, if you can barely afford, let's just say you're here locally already and you can barely afford where you are and you're renting. Depending on your situation, we could call and do an advisement. We can see what would be the best move. The best thing is, guys, if this is something that you've been thinking about, this is the time to do it. Okay, I can't predict what's going to happen 6 to 7 to 8 months from now. It's no telling with our current administration. I don't know what's going to happen. But as of right now, buying is in your favor. It is in your favor, okay? It is definitely a buyer's market, and we have been seeing some deals, like the deal my customer got with almost $100,000 off the house, $20,000 off the price, $46,000 in closing costs, and a whole 1.5 rate buy down that cost the builder about $30,000. I haven't seen a deal like that in my 6 years of being a real estate agent. So deals are happening. Let's see if we can get something that's perfect for you, and let this dream of living in the Sunshine State, let's make it a reality for you and save you some money that no matter what's going on in the economy, if you're saving money with not having to pay tax on your state tax, you're paying lower property tax and have lower insurance rates, then you're going to win all the way around. We want to get you in a situation where you can save money, and no matter what happens in the economy, you're comfortable, happy, and go to the beach every day. All right, guys. So this is my update. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are you thinking? I'm here to make sure, again, you have the right information so you can make an informed decision. And don't hesitate to reach out. And I have one other video I'm going to put up for you. It's comparing two of our master plan communities, Nocatee to Rivertown. All right, let me know what you think and want to hear from you. All right, guys, stay tuned.
Now, if you would like more information, don't forget to click the video tab, and that way you can pull up our full catalog of videos. Look forward to hearing from you and stay tuned for our next video.